All right. Hey, this is Sid Owsley from the Determination Determines Destination podcast, the 3Ds to Success, where we share stories of people using what I call the 3Ds to Success. Determination determines destination to overcome obstacles and challenges in their life. And today I have Briana Thomas on the show. Briana is a wellness coach who empowers women to become mentally, physically, and spiritually fit so that they can fall more in love with themselves daily. Before starting Benu Wellness, Briana worked 6 years as an educator and coach. After a successful career helping shape young minds academically, she saw a need to mold people's emotional intelligence by formulating healthy routines within nutrition and fitness. Briana now guides people virtually to become their authentic selves. Briana enjoys hiking and traveling. She has been living abroad since 2017, and she is available for virtual, group, and private sessions. Good morning, Briana. How are you? Or I'm sorry, good night. Where you at?
Good night. Thank you for having me. I am wonderful. I'm grateful for this platform and the chance to talk with you. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm doing fantastic. I got my fitness in. I just came from the gym about an hour ago, got it in, so I'm pumped up.
Very good. You understand that morning workout does wonders.
That's right. That's right. So tell us your story of how you use what I call the 3Ds to success. Determination determines destination to overcome obstacles and challenges in your life and to arrive at where you're at now in life.
Wow, that is a loaded question. I have to break that down. Let's
Break it
see.
down. Break it down.
To break it down, we got to go off where I'm from. So to start off, I'm a Jamaican American, born and raised in Boston, Mass. I absolutely love sports. Just gonna throw that out there. Home of the champs.
All right.
So I grew up in a very competitive nature, of course, just being from Boston. I also, as I said, am a Jamaican American. So I seen a lot of grit and willpower and just people accomplishing the unimaginable, even within my family, being it that my grandmother came over here with 8 kids. And
Wow.
so, yeah, that is a lot. And I come from a very large family. So I have six, well, no, way more than that. I have around 8 aunts and uncles on both sides.
Wow.
Let me not downplay them. So
I'm gonna
for
let you forget.
me, no, I have a lot. I got over 50 first cousins. It's a lot to
Woo.
remember.
Wow.
So for me, I was surrounded by just people that showed me determination is key. The first one being my mother. Grew up in a single family household, low income. My mother worked 2 to 3 jobs and still does to provide for my sister and I. And my aunts are all powerful, and I would see them work and strive. And I'm just trying to figure out how they have the time in the day
Wow.
because I was a kid in my own world. Like,
Mhm.
I always did my own thing. Like, I didn't understand a lot, but I asked a lot of questions. And with my curiosity, I was able to see things a lot differently, and I was afforded different opportunities. I would think some people would say growing up in the inner city, like, that's a downfall. To me, that's a strength because it taught me so many values that I can still use to this day. Like, I'm survival mode is real. I know how to stretch a dollar. I understand the importance of a tribe. And I seen this just growing up within my immediate family.
Mhm.
Um, if we're talking about determination, well, I feel my parents gave me the education that they were not afforded. One being an immigrant, one did not have the means to do so. And so I actually went to school in the suburbs. I was one of 3 African Americans in my graduating class. So that's a challenge within itself.
Mhm.
Growing up, it's that black girl. It's like everywhere you go. And the town I went to school in wasn't big either. So I grew up dealing with, I felt like I was the Joker, just like a huge question mark, because I was dealing with two different cultures at home. So the American side and the Jamaican side. And then I was also dealing with the difficulties of going to school in the suburbs because you don't understand my life. Like my friends at school did not understand my life at home and vice versa. So that did a toll on me as far as like having an identity crisis because it's like I'm trying to fit a mold in a box that really isn't created for me. And growing up being labeled so many things, it made me determined to shatter a lot of misconceptions. It also made me determined to not let my parents' sacrifice and my ancestors' sacrifices go unsaid, unrespected, like unacknowledged. And I felt that I was determined to get out of Austin. Like I was determined to get out of the hood. I knew I could do it. Everything in me just said, I want more. Like I love and appreciate the community and the tribe that I have around me. And of course I miss Boston. However, I never really felt like I belonged there because I was dealing with all these different changes and I just was a little angry adolescent and it was low key. And I felt that growing up dealing with those mixtures, I took to sports, specifically track, as like a way to run away, like a way to do something, a way to just be out, to channel something, the anger that I was feeling. And then I realized now it was a way for me to escape mentally because I was dealing with all these labels that I didn't identify with. And I felt like my voice wasn't being heard. So I just didn't talk as much. I'm the kind of person I'm gonna let you think what you want and say what you want. I really I don't care. It doesn't faze me. And I use all of that, I feel, up until this point in my life, because being so determined, I remember being in high school and I was clowning. Like I had senioritis my freshman year. I don't know why I thought I was so cool.
Senioritis was freshman year.
It was freshmanitis. I was the sugar honey iced tea. Like I don't even know why I felt that way. My sister had gone to school. Her friends were there. My older cousin was at the school. I just thought I knew everyone. And the end of my freshman year, I had a 1.7 GPA. And you
was just fun. You had a good time.
I mean, just real quick, because school has always been easy to me. Like I understand that I'm smart. So during that time, I was just trying to be cool. And my guidance counselor, she pulled me in and she asked me if I wanted to be a statistic. And I just sat there, like she chewed me out and I didn't have a response because I didn't think of it in that nature. I hadn't realized, wow, you really are just this one Black girl in the school. Like, what are you about to do? And she saw that I was, dealing with some stuff and I had confided in her. And when she said that to me, I changed. I was like, nah, I'm way too smart for this. I have to get out. I have to do something. I started getting involved with like art, dance, all types of sport, anything, just to not be home, just to train my mind for what was to be. And so after high school, during high school, I actually went to Japan with the Boys and Girls Club. And that just opened my world. That showed me I can do so much more than what I even thought.
Wow.
Going to Japan at 16 years old, like, wow. And ever since, I had such an obsession. I was like, okay, I'm going to go live in Japan. I'm going to live close to Japan. I'm going to do something so that I can be where I want to be and not have to worry constantly about money or about safety. And so after that, I went to college. I went to Pace University in New York. From there, I would say I excelled. I absolutely enjoyed college, the experiences that it afforded me, the relationships and the friends that I still have to this day. And I feel that I was in the right place at the right time, in a sense, because I remember finding out that I had gotten into Pace University when I was actually in Japan. And I was like, yes, my mom had sent me an email because, you know, parents just open your mail. They weird like that, but it's okay. So she just opened my mail and she's like, oh, you got into this school, this school, this school. And for me, I was just happy that I made it out. Like, I had applied to all schools that were not in Massachusetts. Yeah. And it shocked a lot of people because my mother actually worked for a university there. And I was like, nah, I can't, Ma, I have to go. And so my parents luckily understood my need to go. And my father happened to live in New York, which was great. And from New York, I then went to Texas, where I taught for 4 years. Absolutely loved teaching. I kept thinking, like, what else can I do? Like, all right, I'm not moving back home. Living in Boston is not an option. Like, what else do I need to do? And teaching just spoke to my heart. I absolutely love working with kids and being able to see an impact daily and just grow with them. I feel like I never had a teacher that looked like me, which is why I wanted to become a teacher. I never had a teacher that just kept it real. I don't think I even had an African-American woman teacher until college, like maybe my sophomore or junior year. And so that was my drive. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be that teacher. No, I'm gonna be the cool one. My kids are about to outperform everyone. Like, we're just about to be full of ourselves, and we need to be. And I feel like I had done great things in Texas, and I decided, well, I'm not really happy. I'm just content. So I then moved to Dubai. I taught in Dubai for a few years. I enjoyed Dubai. And then I realized it's also not for me. Like, my heart no longer cares for teaching. My heart was not in Dubai. And during my first stint internationally, I had lost 2 aunts. So I lost my great aunt and my aunt within those first 2 years. And that stopped me in my tracks for figuring out what I was doing in life. Because when you move, you're constantly reinventing yourself. You're constantly sharing your story and accepting your flaws and just trying to grow. And I felt I didn't know what to do in Dubai because all these things were happening back home. From there, I then moved to Thailand and I decided, yeah, I'm done teaching. I'm absolutely done having someone else tell me my worth when I know that I can do much more. And through teaching, I was also a coach, and I have always loved coaching. Like, sports is it. We can talk about it all day. It's like my go-to. And that's when I actually got a job here in Thailand as a fitness coach. So it was just, I think, the universe aligning, because I had been talking about a lot of these things before, but nothing was happening. I was determined to make a change. I was determined to get out of Boston. I was determined to do something else. Like, I was determined to get out of the classroom, and now I'm here.
All right.
So I think I've used that in every step of the way.
You spoke that into existence, like you said.
Pretty much, manifestation is real.
In fact, tell us about that spiritual side. How you use that. You know, how's that incorporated in your daily life?
Oh, wow. Well, actually, today would be an interesting day. I started an abundance challenge, and I haven't done it before. And actually, the week before, I have been doing this thing on social media, just what are 3 things that you're grateful for and 3 things that you love about yourself. And it inspires me to talk and share more because a lot of people are sharing. And I noticed that people struggle to tell me what they love about themselves.
Wow.
They can write all day what they're grateful for in regards to materialistic things or other people, but they can't focus on what they love about themselves. And for me, I remember when I was in that same space. Like when I was in Dubai, I was in a really dark place. Like I was drinking a lot. I was not the person I am today at all. And I hid it very well. And it wasn't until I went to therapy that I realized there's a lot more that I need to work on inside that I might have suppressed. And through that, I have used journaling as like my go-to release, my way to connect. I'm also a mega nerd, so I read a lot of books, and during this journey, I have been reading more just spiritual books, just even different religious books to just understand the creation, the being. I wouldn't say that I am a religious person. I'm more of a spiritual person. I respect all differences and I just want to learn from them. So through traveling, I have been able to feed my spiritual side as I learn about new cultures. And I have been able to connect with crystals and chakras and just with nature. For me, that is my zen. That is the way that I heal and connect with the spirits, whether it be near or far. So I think those would be some tools, and definitely taking the time to reflect, because with journaling, I didn't know what to write. Like I used to write before. I know that I can write. I just hate writing, being a former English teacher. You get tired of it, you know? So with that, I realized it's one thing to write, but it's another to go back and reflect. And for me, that has been the biggest help in my spiritual journey because I'm able to see different patterns within myself. I'm able to see the things that I have manifested because I wrote them down and they're my thoughts and no one can judge them. So it's been very great. I also do yoga and I meditate. And these are things that I do daily. I listen to a lot of podcasts as well, and I will share them with my friends to try to get them on this spiritual journey with me, or just the journey of just loving yourself. Because I remember at a point I wasn't 100% in love with myself as I am now.
So you're doing a lot of self-care, a lot of self-healing to keep yourself centered. That's great. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I realized that I look fit. Sure, I am fit, as some would say, but that's only the outer. And a lot of times, even if we look at bodybuilders, sure, they are physically fit. Then we go into, oh, they might have used steroids or whatever it is. People fail to realize there are other things a part of being fit.
Yeah.
It is not just the actual body, like mentally fit. So for me, one thing I've always struggled with is emotions. Okay. Now I have the tools to be able to sit down with my emotions, journal that out, because I know mentally I need to be on the same playing field. Mm-hmm. Spiritually, I know, like, I'm very big on preserving my energy. If I feel like something's not for me or someone's not for me, if I don't say it, my face will, which is perfectly fine with me. And I have set up those boundaries in order for me to love myself, in order for me to continue to grow, instead of, going under the hurdle. I've been just making sure I'm making it over. That's it. Mm-hmm.
And so these self-care techniques that you do, these are all things that you do with your coaching clients? Something similar to this?
Yes. So with my coaching clients, we do the same approach. So if we're looking at the physical aspect, I can do Tabata, yoga, kickboxing. I've actually trained in MMA and Muay Thai for the past 5 years.
Go ahead,
It's
go
my,
ahead, girl.
yeah, that's my go-to release. Like when we're talking about self-love, I realize that's how I release everything that I need to, through Muay Thai and through exercise. So with different clients, I will do whatever they feel comfortable with. If it's just low impact, if we just want to stretch a bit, or we want to actually do some yoga, we can do that. But also looking at other things that we would need to incorporate, such as a morning routine,
Okay.
nutrition. A lot of people are like, yeah, I'm about to sign up for this. I'm going to lose weight, but they don't want to change the habit. They want to change one part. They're not realizing that if you want to become a fitter or more tone or leaner version of yourself, you also have to make sure that you are shifting your mindset,
Yeah.
that you are making sure that spiritually you are aligned, because your body knows. Like, we can look good. I feel like for me, I used to laugh when older people be like, it's about to get cold, and they could feel it in their knees. And now I'm like, well, I see why you said that, but there's a connection between the mind, body, and spirit that a lot of us fail to realize. And I work with my clients on each aspect. So if you're trying to get a six pack, but you got a dad body, we're going to have to talk about some things. Like, we're going to have to look at the nutrition. We're going to have to look at the mindset. And it doesn't even have to be, this is not like a judgment zone with my clients. It is just, hey, this is who I am. This is me authentically. How can I help you? Whatever you need, we will work on together. So it's personalized for each client.
That is awesome. Yeah. And so you're living in Thailand right now, right?
Yes, the land of smiles.
Tell us about that. How long you lived there and how you enjoy it. What it does for you, or how you feel about living in Thailand.
I absolutely love Thailand. One of my relatives to come and move here.
Uh, got a little freeze up.
Thailand has afforded me a sense of peace that I have never had before. Um, it is a place where I feel safe as a Black woman, as a young Black woman. I'm not constantly looking over my shoulder. I feel if I go out somewhere, the people are so kind, whether it be locals or expats who actually look out for each other. There's a Black community out here as well. I've met so many interesting people from all walks of life, and it just keeps me wanting to stay here because, I mean, meals are like $1. I could live, like rent on average is around $300, and you can get a townhome or something like that. So coming from the struggle, I don't want to struggle anymore. I would rather stay here and be quiet. I'll be the tourist. I'll follow all the rules. Just let me stay. And there's just so much to do, and the history itself is mind blowing. So I feel like I'm constantly learning daily. I'm trying to learn Thai, but it's a, it's a work in progress. But it's also so nice that Thailand, it has many different islands and many different things to explore. So I hike 2 or 3 times a week, and that's only 20 minutes away. I am used to tropical climates now, so it's like 66 degrees Fahrenheit here. And I think that's brick. I'm not going outside. Like, no. So I'm happy that I've had such good weather. What else? Thailand has afforded me the chance to do things I didn't think I would before. So when I told you about being a statistic. I decided to run with that and be a statistic in any other way. So recently for my birthday, I actually decided to go and get scuba certified. So now I am a scuba diver, which is pretty great because I don't know that many people that look like me that scuba dive or that hike randomly. So I feel that Thailand has afforded me a lot of gems and will continue to do so as far as just opportunities to grow, and whether that be mentally or spiritually. And it's a great place to connect. Like I would say, if you are Black, we're good here. Come on through. You'd like it. Anyone would like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome that you've been able to travel. You found a place that feels home to you.
Mm-hmm.
That is great. That's something that a lot of people don't achieve in their life. To really feel at home somewhere.
Yeah, I feel for me, I've always been a nomad. Like I used to be at my aunt's house, my cousin's house. I was with the backpack even when I was younger.
Uh,
And when I moved to Dallas is when I realized home has to be within.
mm,
Like I have all these things, and it's unfortunate that I have to leave some stuff there and go back and get it as far as luggage or whatever happens when you continue to move. But once you are centered within self, I feel like I'm good anywhere I go
yeah,
because I am just so happy, like just to be, to not worry. This is a first. So if I can just be, then this is great. This is home. If I can surround myself with people that are on the same energy level as me, then I think that that is great. Home is your tribe. Home is within. So I think for many people, they get stuck on, oh, I'm from Boston, or like,
nah,
I'm
yeah,
from the States. Like, I don't know anything else. I'm too afraid.
no,
Nah, it's, being afraid is not going to get you anywhere. And home is within. Home is your heart. Technology works wonders.
yeah, yeah,
I'm so grateful for technology because I feel, especially here, like I have a routine that I talk to my family members. And that helps me to feel centered, to feel like I still have that little piece of home.
that's awesome. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Technology does play a big role in helping you to live more of the life that you want anywhere you want. So that's great. You've taken advantage of that.
Yes, I'm trying. I made a commitment to myself that I would leave the classroom. Like I was like, every 2 years I'm out, I'm out. And 6 years later I was still in. Nope, we have to exit. Like it's
Yeah,
the only option. I feel as people, we tend to give credit to our success to others when it's really within. And we have to work on constantly building ourselves within and actually speaking kindly to ourselves.
that's great. So tell us about your future plans. The things that you have going on, the things that you are manifesting into the future to
Ah,
to further what you're doing.
okay. Well, with all of that being said, I feel the next things that one is just I'm working on my brand. It's Benu Wellness, and it is like it's my baby. I've been working on it for quite some time now. I wouldn't say that I'm a perfectionist, but I done seen hard work, and that's the only thing I know. And so I will be pushing out more info on that. But at Be New Wellness, as I said, my goal is to empower women to become mentally, spiritually, and physically fit so they can fall in love more with themselves daily. And the name actually derives from the Benu bird. And according to ancient Egyptian times, it's the equivalent to the phoenix or
Okay.
the heroine. And so I feel that, according to tales, when this bird came, it decided what was going to be in the world and what was not. And I feel like that's the same way with women. Like, you know, a woman, when she walks in, her mood, you can tell exactly where it's going to happen or if you have to exit stage left. Then with the Benu bird, I'm just saying, then with the Benu bird, the only way that it could die is by setting itself on fire. And I feel like with women, we are the ones that are constantly beating ourselves down and killing ourselves because we're in competition with the next person. We're not really looking at what we possess and how strong we are as women. It doesn't matter what color, what background, like just being a woman and what that entails. And so with that gave me the idea of be new, because I want women to be a new and improved version of themselves. I want them to be their authentic selves. I want them to be scared, because if you're not scared, if you're not a little bit afraid, then what are you really doing? You too comfortable in life.
Yeah.
And I feel that when I even think about my life, so many of my role models are strong women. And they may not be strong physically, but they are strong mentally or spiritually. I want to help women combine all so that they can see, like, hey, we got this. You could be 40, you still look fabulous. COVID is nothing. Like, progress is what you need. And so through Benu Wellness, I will be offering many different courses coming up, one being my 30-day challenge. And I'll have to stop there because you can follow me on Instagram at Benu Wellness. So that's BENU Wellness _. And I often share like fitness tips, or the last thing I posted was me cleansing my crystals, just going through my journey, because I'm going to be as transparent as possible, and hopes that my clients love it and do the same, so that we can grow and we can get it right and get it tight.
All right. Get it right. Get it tight. Get it done in 21.
Yes.
Yeah. So with that, we getting ready to wrap up. You've already let everybody know where they can find you at on social media so that they can be new and get well with Briana. You know, so maybe some people that are watching now, they even come to Thailand and hang out with you in Thailand and get some personalized training. That would be great. You know, all you travelers out there. So, Briana, it has been great having you on. It has been great hearing about your story. I like hearing about people who have stepped out of their comfort zone. You've stepped way out of your comfort zone. You've left home. You've gone to different countries. You've traveled. You found yourself wherever you're at. You've made home wherever you've been at. And those are the types of stories I really love to hear. So thank you for being on.
Oh, thank you for having me. This has been a pleasure. I'm excited to connect with more people. Like, the sky's the limit. Our time is now.
That's right.
2021. We got to just do this. It's time to go.
All right, everybody. This is Sid Owsley from the Determination Determines Destination podcast. We've had Briana Thomas on from Benu Wellness. It's been great having her on. Again, the Determination Determines Destination podcast, where we share stories of people who use what I call the 3 Ds to success. Determination determines destination to overcome challenges and obstacles in their life. It's been great. Thank you. And our next episode will be Friday. Everybody have a great day.
Bye-bye.